Hello world, welcome to Java training, and in today's video I am going to explain you about loops, and we will get started with for next loop. So as part of the loop, these are the topics that I am going to cover, and I'll be dividing these topics into multiple videos. Now let's discuss on what are loops actually. In programming, loops basically executes the piece of code repeatedly or iteratively based on certain condition, and each repetition of this piece of code is known as iteration or iteration, whatever you want to call it as, and the condition which it evaluates either results in true or false value. When the condition is true, the body of the loop executes. When the condition is false, control comes out of the body of the loop. And basically there are three main parts of any loop. First is initialization, second one is condition, third one is incrementation or decrementation. Now let's see for next loop directly into the editor. So whatever you are seeing on this screen is for next loop or simply for loop. Now as I said, loop has three parts. So the first one, I equal to 0, this is known as initialization. Then I equal to 5, what is this? This is known as condition. And I++, this is known as incrementation. This is the particular syntax for writing down for loop where initialization, condition and incrementation, all the three things are happening in a single line. Now what it actually means is that I have defined a variable I whose value is 0 in the starting, and then condition I is less than 5 and I++. Based on the condition, when the condition is true, it will execute the body of the loop, which is line number 8. If condition is not true, it will come out. Start from the starting. So I equal to 0. Is 0 less than 5? Yes. So it will come inside the body of the loop and it will print 0. And after printing 0, it will increment the value of I by 1. This printing of 0 is the first iteration. Now in second iteration, value of I is 1. Is 1 less than 5? Yes, it is. Then again, it will come inside the body of the loop. It will print 1 and so on till the value of I becomes 5. It will print 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. When the value of I become 5, it will compare, is 5 less than 5? No. So it will not go inside the body of the loop and it will come out of the loop, and the output will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. You see that? Let me put another print statement. As soon as the condition is not fulfilled, it will come outside the body of the loop and it will print outside loop. So again, if I'll run the program, it will print 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and then outside loop. You see this? Okay, one more thing. So in for next loop, you can define any number of variables. So here I have defined only one variable. I can define more variables also. Let's say j equal to, let's say I'm giving 10, j minus minus if I'll do, and let me print both I and j. So it is printing 0 and 10, I and j combination, 1 and 9, 2 and 8, 3, 7, 4, 6. And then outside loop. So you can define any number of variable in the initialization part, and you can use those variables in condition or incrementation or decrementation part. So just play around by using various variable in for next loop. Next one is for each loop. So for each loop was introduced from JDK 5, Java 5. It is used to print the element of array or collections. People are often confused when to use for next loop, when to use for each loop. So whenever you don't want to use the index within the loop, go with for each loop. So what is for each loop? Let's say I have defined an integer array and I have given some value like this. So this is the syntax of for each loop. This is the variable and this is the array or collection on which I want to traverse, and you are just printing each element within the loop. So there is no explicit initialization, condition or decrementation. For each loop is little bit different from other loops. So let's see what happens when I run this program. It will print the values of the array. So this is about for next loop and for each loop. In my next video I am going to cover while loop.